So guys, welcome to a Planet Coaster console edition episode. It's my first actual episode of actually commentating on this video. I've done a few in the past of showing the park I'm about to show to you guys. Western World that I created, which took a few months. Started it back in during lockdown actually, it was January, which just a bit difficult to say the least, but I'm going to show you guys anyway the park. I'm going to walk you through the bits and pieces that I've done and ride a few of the rides anyway to get a real thrill for the park. Wasn't the easiest park to make, especially being my second one. I worked through the campaign of the game, and it was pretty tricky to understand the controls and stuff, and then realised, well, I'm going to go to the sandbox mode, which is a lot simpler to do. With the console edition as well, you get a warning on certain percentages throughout the park. So at the moment, this is basically the park is, I would say, 98% complete. I wanted to add like a strip to the to the main park anyway, instead of it going off in all directions, which would have been a little bit more complex. But I wanted to keep it as simple as possible, and for everyone to enjoy with the guests. So at the moment we've got 2,832 guests in the park. It just went up one actually as I said that. But we'll start with the main entrance. So we come into the main plaza through the main gates here. The good thing with Planet Coaster as well, you get to pick or even choose how much you want to charge for individual guests to pay for entry. So how you do that, you simply just click onto the little it's not a turnstile as such, is it? The gate here, and you can then put standard ticket prices, child tickets, and then you can add normally a priority pass. I couldn't get my words out then. A priority pass, which is basically like any other theme park in real life, that if you have one of those, you can get on the rides a lot quicker and less of a queue. So, but this is the sort of main plaza area. I wanted to keep it in the tradition of a Western theme, so with the train here and everything else. Everything you see is individually placed, including all the fences that I put in around the parks, just to make it more realistic, so guests can't wander off into the main desert area. But you can't add in bits beyond this point here. It won't allow you because it's not in the border for the park. But I've put all the cactuses in, paths heading off to this section over here. With, again, all the shops and little pieces there. And like I said, every little piece you see, it's all individually placed. So a couple of rides. So I did a steam train, just like a tour train around the park. So it laps itself around the entire park. And then I went off then to make it into a bit of a canyon pass here and then up here, but I'll show you guys more of that area in just a second. To make the rides anyway, I thought to keep it into the Western style theme, so even creating even the stations and everything else, which was pretty tricky. When I first learned how to build the stations, it got really even more complex because there's so much more to it. This is pretty basic as a station. There's a few more in the park that are more detailed. But if we jump on this actually quickly, I'll show you this first. Right, this is the junior ride. Let's ride it. Let's go to the top here. Pass through a little underpass here as well. first ride. It's got an overall rating of 4.87, fear is 2.75, and nausea is 0.41. So probably one of the lowest nausea ratings that I actually have in the park. The next one, this main one here, I based it off of Formula Rossa out in, I believe it's Spain. I could be wrong if you guys want to correct me on that. But the ride is very quick. It's one of the quickest launch coasters in the world. I think it goes 125 miles an hour on launch, which is absolutely insane for a roller coaster. But this station building, again, let me pause it a second, I'll show you better. So with all these pieces here, the glass was individually placed along. So I thought it was the main entrance here, so there's a little gap. I may put a plank in so guests can't obviously cut themselves as much on the glass if they're obviously 7 foot tall, but they're not. The interior, again, there's a glass panel here across, so I don't think I can actually individually click onto the glass because the game can be bugged depending on how much you put into the park itself. The game does tend to lag for a start. The frame rate drops drastically, and it's just a bit of a nightmare to work with. The chandeliers as well, I thought to add in to keep it in sort of a theme as such. I'll show you guys also a nighttime clip of the park as well. The building, again, this was my first building that I actually built on this park. Originally, this was only meant to be just this ride here. I got bored during lockdown back in November. No, it was not November. I believe it was January I started this. I'll have to look back on the save. But this was meant to be the only ride in the entire park. But I decided to change up a little bit and then add in what is now a theme park, which has turned out to be quite good, to be fair. So much detail in this is actually ridiculous. What we're going to do though, we're going to pop onto this ride and give it a go. So let's give this coaster a ride. I'll show you the stats as well, guys, whilst we're at it. You'll see the top speed and everything else. Here we go. Slowly bank to the left. Again, 110 on this point here, 14 over the crest into airtime. Banking to the right now. And then this is the most trickiest bit, is to put in the brakes as you come up to the next run. I added an extra piece to this, which was based at Thorpe Park in the UK, which is stealth, but instead of it banking back onto itself, I've banked it off to a head. So here we go again. Airtime, loads of airtime there we go. Back down again. And into the brakes. There we go. We're still going at 60 miles an hour back into the station. There we go. So there's that one. So like I said before, this was only meant to be the only ride that was built in this park. There's nothing else around. It was just empty desert. And then I thought, well, you know what, I'm going to make it a theme park. So next ride is Nemesis. This is a classic ride. Like I said before, if I pause it here, I'll explain more in detail with the building. So with all the creations, you go into the settings here under create, and you've got all your pieces here. You've got the walls, you've got then the framework, the columns, decorations, arches and roofs, and again, it's all individually placed. It's not the easiest to do, but once you learn the basics, it becomes a lot easier to understand it. Even including like I thought I had a little scene in before the ride begins up the lift hill here. So it's like a Western show. Again, all the animatronics as well are placed. So I placed them along here. There's actually one that greets you before you get to the lift hill here. If I play, you will see him. He will nod to the guests. There you go. So there's that one. And again, trying to compact all the rides into this small space, because on the console edition it's limited to the space you can use. On PC it's not unlimited, but it's a lot vast of what you can create. But the reason why they've only limited it on console is due to the memory and for the game not to be too laggy, because that's the worst thing in any game is when it starts lagging. But we'll give this ride a go, and we'll jump straight on. Let's go here, play. We're going to jump to seat in the middle one here. Here we go. Here we go. So all the scenes here passing through. Every ride going over. And let the chain lift begin. So it can also alter the chain lift speed, which also increases the excitement for the ride to boost it up. So here we go. Put the little brakes there to slow it down onto the approach to that section just there. Brakes before the next lift hill. Sometimes you get an interaction with the rides as well, which I quite like. So there's a passing here, the other ride pulls up on, just to the left there. And then on the final approach back into the station. So there's that ride there for you guys. Again, all the scenery you see here, even like the rock work, everything else that I've put in myself. You go to the terrain tool here and you can add in pieces. So I can take away like parts here and stuff like that, which again, it's just preference really. If you want to make it really detailed, then go ahead. The next one I think I'll ride is this. So this ride I based upon the Swarm at Thorpe Park. It's a wing coaster that is based on the outside of the track, and it inverts at the top here, but we'll give it a ride. Instead of me talking about it, we'll just give it a ride. Here we go. I love this ride. It's got a pretty good rating, 6.21, nausea 3.73, and fear 3.73, and nausea 1.16. So pretty good stats. Here we go. Little brakes here to invert it, and then it drops. Here we go. I love that bit as well with the interaction with the guests. Love this coming around to the end of the ride. It inverts. I've done this bit here, and then back into the station. There you go. So there's that one. Again, I tried interacting it with most parts. It passes under the queue line, and then made this little village part here into the old western upper town part of the park. So next one we'll ride is Daredevil. Love this ride. I'm actually going to switch to. We'll leave it in daytime for a second. Let's jump to the ride. See if some people get out. Just wait till the gates close. Here we go. Little cutscenes, little scenes in between the rides as you're going through main to the chain lift hill. Gunfight going on here as well. We've got lava on the floor as well, so I thought adding a little effect on the floor here. Little campfire. Here we go. I'll speed up this bit for you guys. You're going to have to endure the next 15 seconds or so it takes to get to the top. Quite a little to take this with the Union Jack as the big one at Blackpool Pleasure Beach in the UK. Here we go. Scene here. Chain lift hill. Back into the station. Again, if you keep the speed up on these rides, it normally increases the excitement, which makes the ride better and then more appealing for the guests to go on. So this one is always busy, all the time. Again, the station building, all the lights individually placed along here as well. The fence, a little scene here as well. Which is pretty cool. Anyway guys, we'll jump to the next ride, which is Revenge. So see you guys in a second. So guys, we're going to head over to Revenge, which I created only about 4 days ago now. Again, the station building was obviously my creation. So the water wheel here, sort of the I forgot what they call this stuff. You get it in like swamps and everything else, like green algae or whatever. Sort of keep it in sort of the old western style again, with like even the billboards as well. So you got like the name for the ride there, the machinery behind, and then you can add in little signs. So I said turn back, and then I put dare to ride. What we'll do, right, it's coming around now. I'll just speed it up. It's coming back round, and we're back in. Cool. So we'll go for this. We'll go on the middle row, just there. Speed this up a little bit. Here we go. Here we go. It's quite a fast chain lift, this one. Just here we go. Lava effect through the tunnel. Breaks corners here and then it dips into corkscrew. And again through the tunnel, corkscrew again. And then just the brakes up to the second chain lift hill. Here we go. Passing over the station building. Little loop. Bank around back onto itself. Through a little tunnel again with all the lava effects. And then I love this bit here, so invert it here, swing it back round to the left, back into the brake run. I love that bit. And that's it, guys. So there's that one. I've got a observation tower, like, yeah, you can go on, you can sit on it, it goes right to the top, you can see around the park and then the outskirts as well. The next one is the log flume that I created. It was pre-installed with a previous design that the game had already, but then I deleted that and then redid it, and I've added in a bit of a sort of a cave kind of concoction here, which will give it a ride. We'll actually step onto the first one here. Let's have a look. Here we go. Oh, need to go to... Where's the first one? I can't really... Is the game playing up? This is the thing in this game. It's sometimes a little bit buggy. Why aren't they getting on? So what I mean with this game, it bugs. The bugs in this are it's just ridiculous. Even I'm having technical issues for this video. Why is that not going? There's people waiting, but it's not going. This game always does this. I'm so confused. Is it broken or... How strange is this? This is what I mean. So the game is thinking that there's either something stuck on the ride or... I don't really know. It's done this before to me. It drives me up the wall. So someone's standing there, like, what's going on? If anyone from Planet Coaster is going to watch this video, please can you sort this issue out? Give me a second, guys, I'll be back in a moment. So guys, I fixed the issue. Let's reload the game. So, let's give this a ride. No, that's not what I want. I need... Here we go. I'm going to have to change the camera angle though. That's... Oh, we could do this one. So it goes through, like I said, the little sort of cave. I've made it in like to a mine as well, so it's got like the lights on the ceiling as like people have already been here. So we've got the first lift hill for the first sort of drop for this water ride. It's a shame Planet Coaster doesn't have a water ride that can have a turntable so it can back on itself, but they haven't added that in. I wish they would, to be fair, because that would be sick. Could recreate like Valhalla at Blackpool Pleasure Beach, which is absolutely insane as a ride. One of the best ones in the world as an indoor water ride. So bring it down here as well. Love this bit. And let me slow it down again. There we go. Again, what I like about this park is what I've done. It is compact, but there's so much detail into this. It's actually insane. I don't really want to know how long I've spent on doing this. Everything you see, even placed, even in here. Done like an indoor bit here, like I said, with the mine shafts and tunnels and whatnot. But again, the lights are individually placed throughout the indoor bit of this. I had to go through and place most of them. They did have underfloor lights, which I've kept some of them in, but it's very tedious, this game, and a lot of patience as well. So here we go, first drop. Let me slow it down. It's quite eerie. I wouldn't like to be in here at night time, to be honest. So then again, we can a little drop here. A little detail there with the old chest with the gold in. And it stops just before the next bit. Here we go. Goes all the way to the top. We'll fast forward it here just to get to the top. So again, what I like of this as well, with the guests above, can see some of the other rides passing. Normally in the distance you see Formula Rossa going over the crest at the top. Here we go. We'll actually change the camera angle here. Here we go. Oh, look at that interaction on the ride there, that's cool. First time I've actually seen that. Here we go. They're all soaked and literally go back onto itself and then back into the station. But yeah, it's quite a long ride, that. It is in length, if I look at the details here. How do we do it? If I remember rightly. I'm going to kick myself. Oh, that's how you do it. Oh, we go, results. So it is 2,605 feet. Track length, max speed, 49 miles an hour it picks up as well. Duration is 275 seconds. So it's quite a long ride. Not the quickest ride in the world. What ride should we do next? I think I'll show you guys the steam train here. Perfect timing. It's about to leave. Here we go, let's change the car. Here we go. It says tours around the whole entire park. It's not going too quick, so I have time to explain why I created this park. One, there's a lot of creations out there on Planet Coaster that people have done with like Western parks, you know, modern parks, whatnot. But I thought to keep this in tradition. Especially with sort of the lake here as well. See the ride passing there as well, that's so cool. I was going to see it pass over here. If I can turn it slightly, you'll see it. There it is, that's so cool. And yeah, I just wanted to... It's so many maps as well you can create a park on, and everything else. It's a little bit crazy. You see the ride Daredevil at the top there, about to drop in the distance. That's so cool. So a little canyon bit here, and like I said, all the little pieces, all the trees, the rock work, again, I have done. It is very time consuming, especially during this pandemic. I had a lot of time on my hands. So again, the trees there as well. The little village, I'll show you that guys more in detail in a minute. Village just off to the side there as well, like little campsite. Again, it passes through the track work into the columns as well. What you can do as well on the ride, you can add in music. So I've got the old Western piano playing in the background. You can also alter the speed on the train as well, which I wanted to keep it at, it was at 17 miles an hour before, a little bit too quick, so I've dropped it down to 13, so it's just enough speed and around enough time to get around as well. So again, all the little trees placed, the campsite. Everything, like I said, I can't say it enough. It's made me proud, actually, to be fair. I never thought I could actually create something this park anyway, not in a million years. Especially on Planet Coaster. I thought it'd take me a long time to learn the controls and everything else, but it turned out to be alright. Is the other train gone? It has, so we can go just back into this. Here we go. And then back into the station. There it is there. So again, the station building wanted to make it like an old Western train station with all like the windows, and then you've got then like the hooks and stuff and whatnot, and then like all like the luggage and boxes and all that stuff. So there's that one. All the paths have all the lights on the side, the benches as well, the bins. What I'm actually going to show you guys now is the village first, actually, the campsite, not village, which again, just individual pieces. Like these are obviously one piece. You can move around if I click onto it. You can move stuff around as well. But all like little trees here. For the ride interaction with Daredevil is a crashed train here, and it's dropped hits. Obviously you've got the gold and whatnot, and then you've got a gunfight going on here as well. So he's behind the tree here, and then them two are protecting the chest of gold. Again, with the scenery, I wanted to keep it nice though, like, you know, like there's actually people living here kind of thing. It's just really cool. I've got this wagon that has its own, underneath it's got the track, so you can see it highlighted here. It goes all the way along, so we'll follow it. It's going to go reform itself here, and then it's going to then wheel itself back. There we go. So that's pretty cool. Again, with the underpass bit here for Daredevil, I wanted to interact it with the other ride, the junior rides. It passes through like this like cavern, if you want to call it that. Again, all the individual lights, I'll show you guys in a second what the park looks like at night time. Again, the train looks like it's going to come round and hit the track, so when they come down the first drop, they're passing through this. So I thought to add this is a little details that make it much better. And again, all these trees are individually placed. No, this one, beg your pardon, this one is one piece, if I remember rightly, but they've got individual trees as well you can place. Again, with the interactions with the ride, like to make it more effective, is adding in for this one revenge. I thought we'll add in sort of lava and fire in the tunnel. Why not? So as they're going inverted upside down for a second, they're passing over lava, and for me that in real life would be absolutely insane. If I saw that on a ride, I would definitely give it a really good review. Again, sometimes the rides, they normally time it. Sometimes it can happen, then they pass each other. Again, the fountain pieces individually placed here, so one at a time. So it's incredible what you can do with Planet Coaster. And again, there's two pass-through points here through the tunnel. First one, lava going down here, and then as it comes back onto itself through here, again it comes up, and then as you just dip over here, it drops, and then into this inversion here. This took me a while. This isn't actually a pre-made piece the game has done. I had to do that myself. So obviously into like a corkscrew, half corkscrew, then bank it round to the left, and then back into the brake run, back into the station. But again, it's just it's so cool what you can use your imagination, and literally your mind and your imagination is your best friend in this game, because if you've got an idea, you can literally make it. You can make the most craziest ride in the entire world. It could be the most maddest ride, and yet it's gone, I've created that.
But yeah, just little like details and stuff, even like the ride scenes going through as well, which I loved. And obviously the lava shows up a lot more in the dark, which I'm about to show you guys. So what we'll do, we'll dip into the settings here, set lighting, and then can then alter the time to 9 PM, and this is the park at night time. So as you can see on the paths here, you can see there's like spots of lights. There's actually, if I go under the park, you'll see these are all individually placed under to light up the park. So if I go under, you'll see actually how many pieces there are. It's a lot of pieces, even the lights and whatnot. So, and then on here I've just added in, I'm pretty sure I actually added in more spotlights. If I go under the park, or is it just the street lights? There's all the individual street lights are placed as well, just to light up everything. And then there's lights around the queues for the guests. I've also put lights under, even into the pillars on the walkways as well, and then onto the rocks as well to light up certain parts. Even the rides, some of the rides are lit up as well. Even this section here, you can put in the spotlights, you can change the lighting as well, which is really cool. And then, like I said, with the sort of the lava, it really shows up at night time, which I absolutely love. But these are individually placed. These are actually just little squares that are coming off, if I dip the camera slightly, individually placed along here, so it goes down the track. And then again, back onto itself, it's got it here as well. So these are all individually placed. Again, the spotlights as well to light up the tunnel along here as well, along the train. Again, everything that I have done myself. So time is your friend with this game. If you haven't got a lot of time, it takes a lot longer to do, but considering I had a lot of time during lockdown, it began in December, ended in April, but January I believe I started this park. So, you know, it takes a while, but then it pays off at the end. This is uploaded to the workshop, the Frontier workshop for PS4. So if you guys want to go and check it out, just I'll put in the name anyway. You guys can go and check it out. But even like I said here, so I've tried adding in lights as well here, and even in like the station to light up a little bit. So you've got all this here, so it's just so cool. Like, it's so well lit. I'm so happy with that. And even like little campfires as well, and the camps and stuff. And I even lit up the tunnel pass here, so as the train passes through. But yeah, so this is the lava. If I go the other side, it's a lot better to see. So the train passes through here, just starts off here. These are all individually placed squares. Oh, don't want to change the panel name. But yeah, this is so cool, this part, literally. It's got like a story to tell for this as well, which is quite cool. And then added a little bit piece here as well, I forgot to mention before. Like I said before, the more you add into this park as well, the frame rate just drops. So you can see the frame rate is dropped on this, so it's very pixelated. You can't really see it, to be fair, apart from the odd bit there, here and there. But yeah, like even over here again, tried lighting the stations can be tricky, because like I said, even these lights here, all individually placed. And then this scene here, I love this scene. Like, it's actually really cool how I've done this, because then with the terrain tool, which is just here, you can obviously alter pieces and, you know, make it whatnot. So that there as well. And then I'm gonna go and fight with him. So pretty cool. I'm very happy with this. If any of you guys have creations on Planet Coaster PS4 edition, then let me know in the comments. I can go and check it out. I might give you a little spotlight as well with the old sharing the old theme parks on my channel. So again, all these here, so even under some of the rides you'll see I've placed in the lights, so they're just under here, so it lights everything up above. So it's the little details that make the difference. So that pretty much, guys, is my park. I don't want to talk too much, but I want to give you much information as possible. Like I said, if you've got an imagination, use it, and that's the sort of thing you can create. Really impressed with this, really happy. Even very quickly with the tunnel pieces, I've added in the lights, like I said before, so it lights everything up inside, which I was happy with. But definitely I will be doing another park at a later date. Got a few ideas in place. I mean, some people have created real theme parks. For example, Chessington World of Adventures, Thorpe Park, Alton Towers, Disneyland Paris. They've done like Six Flags in America as well. So yes, guys, if you did go to enjoy this video, make sure you give it a like. If you want to stay up to date with any of my other videos and future videos, then make sure you subscribe to my channel. Leave a comment on your creations if you have done on Planet Coaster, then I'll go and check them out. And also, if you want to share this video and show your friends or put it up on any other social media platform, then by all means do so. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Take care.